Well, you ask any boxing fan about Iran the Blade Barkley, and they'll tell you, great fighter. Guy that could beat you with either hand. Now, recently, the former champ has fallen on some hard times, but not hard enough to knock him out. He's back in the very same projects he grew up in, the Patterson housing projects in the South Bronx. However, not so long ago, Iran Barkley was hanging out with guys like the great Muhammad Ali and Jake LaMotta. He was on the cover of magazines, and he had cash. The type of cash that comes when you're a 5-time world champ. The type of cash when you beat Tommy the Hitman Hearns, not once, but twice. But that money, it's gone. And so are a lot of the friends that came with it.
Everybody loves you when you win, but when you lose it, you see a different, way. Everybody splits a different way. So, then you no longer have those friends.
Despite all he's been through, he's remarkably upbeat. And right now he keeps busy by working with young fighters at the St. Mary's Rec Center in the Bronx, the same place he first learned to box.
Whenever he walks in there, everybody's face lights up because they know that he's instrumental in their training where he helps them. And I encourage that. I'm like, yo, getting advice from a champ, come on. Doesn't get any better than that.
It makes me think, like, I know I could be there too someday. I could be with the champion. I could be a champion too someday. Right now I'm a rookie, and I see that a champion is from the same place I am, so I know that I could be the same.
He's always inspirational to them, and whatever he says is always meaningful. He gives them examples about where he grew up, because we all grew up around here, and South Bronx was a war zone at one time.
If you had to do it all over again, what would you do?
I would do it totally different. I would spend, but I would have money there to live on now.
So while it's true the material things are gone, the memories aren't. Sure, they may be fading, just like this mural of the former world champ, but they do exist. They do live on. One thing about Iran Barkley, you ever do a story where you really learned something?
Mm-hmm.
This guy was my hero in the 80s because he was such a good boxer, so underrated. When Hagler, Hearns, Sugar Ray were there. And he told me something on set. He said, I'm not poor. People in Somalia are poor. He said, right now I'm just going through some tough times. And here's a guy that made a lot of money, but not as much as people think. And he's not giving up. He really isn't. He said he'd still fight because he has to pay his bills. He's got a bad eye. He's had 2 detached retinas. But he's a nice, kind guy.
And it's great that he can help the aspiring boxers.
Yeah.
Is it Medina?
Yeah, Medina. That girl is extremely talented. She's on Power 105 with Ed Lover and Dr. Dre, and she can rap. She's a black belt. She's the type of girl that could beat up guys like me and Michael.
Oh,
I got it.